Everyone, hope you're doing well. In this video I'm going to create this snake game using JavaScript, and let me run this for you. So as you can see, the snake is running. So whenever the snake eat the food, at the next time the food is going to be displayed under different color. So I'm going to create this game from scratch. You can follow this video until end. So I'm going to create this game from scratch. You can follow this video until end, and also you can get the complete code. The link is at the description. So before jumping over to the main point, if you didn't subscribe this YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe this channel and hit the bell icon so you get the notification of my new video when I upload them. So now, alright, so let's get started. Alright, so here you can see I have 3 empty files, which is index.html, style and script. So now let's start from the HTML section. So first I'm going to create a div with a class name container. Select, and inside this div I'm going to create another one with the name of wrapper. And inside this div I'm going to create a button. So excuse me. So I'm going to remove the name and the type of I don't need this. I'm going to add an ID, not idea ID. So I'm going to add an ID which will be a replay. This is the ID. This is the ID of the button, and here I'm going to use the I element and add the class name for this, and this class is this is the Font Awesome link. You can get this link from Font Awesome website as well. So I'm not going to get this. I already get this, so I'm going to just copy this, and let's write the text. So the text will be restart, and after this button I'm going to create another div. No, but this time I'm going to add an ID. So the ID will be canvas. I'm going to create a canvas. Alright, so inside this canvas I'm not going to add anything. So let me scroll this. So from outside this canvas I'm going to use an I'm going to create another div. Let me close this. So I'm going to use the ID for this as well. So ID UI. So here is going to be displayed the score for a user. So score, and after this div, inside this div I'm going to create a span with the ID name score. So at the starting of the game, the score is going to be 0, 0. Alright, so after this div, which is UI and the wrapper div, I'm going to create another div with the ID author. So here I'm going to display the author, the creator or the author of this game, and let me add an h1, and here I'm going to use snake, and outside the h1 I'm going to use a span, and inside this one I'm going to write my name. Rohani. Alright, so that's it for my HTML. Now let's save this, and when we refresh the page, it will looks like this. So button, score, text, score 0, and all other stuffs. So now let's import the style sheet. So now we are going to add the style to our HTML page. So for this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the font face. So for this, I'm going to use the fonts family is going to be game text, and I'm going to get this from the URL, so you can get this URL. Alright, so I've copied this. You can copy this as well. So as I mentioned before, you can get the complete source code from the description. I've already added the link there. You can get that. So now let's add the default. Let's remove, the default margin and padding, and add the box size, border box. And after this, I'm going to target the button and focus. Outline will be 0. Right, so after this one, I'm going to target the HTML and the body at the same time. Comma, body. So here I'm going to add the height will be 100%, and font family, which is going to be opens, and after this I'm going to add the color. So the color will be this tag color. Alright, so now let's scroll down, and here I'm going to target the body. So for background color, I'm going to add this color, and the display will be flex. Justify content, center, align item, center, and color. Text color is going to be displayed this color. So after this, I'm going to target the canvas, and let's add the background color. Add this background color to canvas, and after this, I'm going to target the container class. Let's target the container, and here I'm going to add display flex, and width 100%, height 100% as well. Flex flow will be column wrap. So I'm going to add the columns. And now let's justify content center, and align item center as well. Alright, so that's it for container. Now I'm going to target the UI ID. So for UI, let's add display flex as well, and align item center. Font size is going to be 10 pixel. The flow flex flex flu is going to be column, so that it will add the columns where we can put our snake and the food. And margin left will be 10 pixels as well. Alright, so that's it for UI as well. And now I'm going to target the H2 element. So let's add a font width. The font width will be 200, and transform, rotate. I'm going to add a rotate. I'm not going to use the string, whatever you call. So I'm going to rotate the text 217 degree. Excuse me, 270 degree, not 70. Alright, so now let's target the score class, ID. Let's add margin top. So the margin top is going to be 20 pixel. Font size is going to be 30 pixel, and font width is going to be 100 to 800. So that's it for score as well. And now let's target the no select class. No select class, and now let's add user select none, so that user cannot be select that. And after this, I'm going to target the replay ID. So the font size is going to be 10 pixel, and padding will be 10 pixel by 20 pixel, and background is going to be this type of color. And let's add border. No need for border, so I'm going to use border none. I'm not going to add any border color. And let's add border radius, so that the button is going to be the corner of the button is going to be rotated, or you can say around it. And the font width 800. So let's rotate this button to 270 degree, and cursor will be pointer. And let's add some transition. Alright, so that's it for replay. Now I'm going to target this. When I hover, what will happen? Alright, so now let's add some over effects to the replay button. Let's add a background. When we hover the mouse, the background should be changed. So I'm going to add this background color, and let's add this background color. So I'm going to use 2 background colors. And let's add some transition. Now let's use a media query. It will work with small screen devices as well. Let's target the UI ID, and let's add a flex flow. Will be raw, will be raw space raw, and here I'm going to add some margin to the bottom, so it will be 20 pixel, and let's target the score. So margin top will be 0, and margin left is going to be 220 pixel. And after this, I'm going to target the container, and let's add flex flow. Will be column wrap, not row, wrap. Alright, so that's it for media query. Now let's add some changes to the author section. So author weight is going to be 100%, and bottom will be 40 pixel. Display inline flex, and align items will be center, and let's add justify content center as well. And now let's add font width will be 600, and the color will be inherit, and text transform uppercase, and padding left is going to be 35 pixel. Now let's add the span section of author ID. There will be, so I'm going to use a small font size, which will be 10 pixel, and margin left is going to be 20 pixel, and the color will be inherit the color from the parent class, and letter space is going to be 4 pixel. So that's it. Now I'm going to target the H1 of the author ID. H1, and let's add the font size is going to be 25 pixel, and that's it. So now I'm going to target the wrapper class or display flex flow will be a raw wrap, and justify content center, align items not center, and margin bottom is going to be 20 pixel. Alright, finally it's done. The style sheet is done. Now let me refresh this and let's check how it looks. So as you can see, it looks like this. So now the other part, which is going to be the canvas section, the part of the snake where the snake can move and eat the food. So that part I'm going to do in the JavaScript. Now let's jump over to the script section.
person you breathe. Everything you know is in your mind.
Ooh.